Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to Central Valley Today. I am Alex Delgado, and I hope everyone got plenty of rest this weekend, because if you're still feeling tired, it may be something more. We are uncovering the symptoms of sleep apnea. Plus, we'll talk to a Fresno man who's documented his experience with sleep apnea. Also, it is a buyer's market, how you can own this home or many others for just about $100 down. And a fairy tale is brought to the stage. Alice and her friends from Alice in Wonderland have ventured far from their fantasy world to perform for us today. So stick around. Central Valley Today begins right now. Coming up next, everybody, we will sit down with a Fresno man who's documented his experience with sleep apnea. We'll be right back. Sleep apnea is a very common and treatable disorder, as you just heard the doctors talk about, but in extreme cases, it can also be deadly if untreated. In the book, My Sleep Apnea Experience, local author Albert Cano documents his experience with sleep apnea. Albert joins me now and is here to talk a little bit more about what it was like for him. Albert, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Why did you decide to write about your experience with sleep apnea?
I decided to write my experience because there was two things that I realized when I found out that I had sleep apnea. The one thing was that a lot of people were telling me I also have sleep apnea, and I sleep with the CPAP machine, and I, am going through what you're going through. So that was a big surprise for me, because before I found out that I had it, I had never heard of sleep apnea. So that was a big shock to find out that, all these people were coming out of the woodwork telling me I have sleep apnea. The other thing that happened was a lot of people were telling me, I also have the symptoms that you have. I also snore. I also gasp for air. I'm also tired during the day. So people were telling me, maybe I have sleep apnea. Maybe I should be tested for it. So of course I, encouraged them to be tested for sleep apnea. And so I thought, well, let me go ahead and start writing down what I'm going through, and maybe, submit it to a magazine or something and just share my story. So that's how it came about. And
encourage others to get treated, obviously.
Exactly.
And that's what the book is intended to do.
Yes.
When were you diagnosed? When did you think, oh, wait a second, this can actually be an illness, something that's going on with me?
Well, actually, I found out that I had sleep apnea by accident. Because I was always getting sore throats. I was always getting sick. So I used to go to my doctor, and one day I told my doctor, can I just have my tonsils taken out, because I'm tired of getting sick 3 times a year. So at that point, my doctor said, yeah, I think that might be a good idea. So let's refer you to an ENT doctor, which is my doctor here in town. And that doctor, as soon as he saw my tonsils, his first thought was, he asked me, do you have any difficulty sleeping at night? And I said, well, and I told him my symptoms. And he says, well, I think you might have sleep apnea. And that was the first time I ever heard about sleep apnea. And the first thing I asked him was, what's sleep apnea? So he explained to me what sleep apnea was, and so it just went from there. So we had the sleep study done on me. Oh, the sleep study that the doctor was talking about before the break?
Yes. Okay, and was it really uncomfortable?
It was uncomfortable, and because you have all these wires when you're sleeping, and it makes it a little hard to sleep. But it was a good test, because that confirmed that I did have sleep apnea.
And what happened after that?
After that, I discussed with my doctor what were my options. And normally, like they said earlier in the segment, that the first suggestion is, if you're overweight, is to lose weight. But my doctor said, you're not overweight. You don't, there's no weight to lose. So because of the size of your tonsils, I think if we take out your tonsils, take out your uvula, and trim your palate, that's going to help you. So I was more of a worst case scenario type of situation.
Wow.
So he said, let's go ahead and do that. So they went ahead and did that surgery, and that surgery helped me big time.
What's your life like now?
It's a big improvement. I don't snore at night. I don't gasp for air, when I'm sleeping. I don't feel tired during the day. If I do feel tired, I think it's, other factors, but it's nothing like before. Whereas before, like during the day, if I lie down and take a nap, I can easily fall asleep within a minute and sleep for an hour and a half. Now, if I lie down, in 5 minutes, I'm ready to get up.
So your life is more productive then now,
It's more
isn't
productive. I feel more energized. I feel, just healthier. I feel like something's okay.
It's amazing what a good night's sleep can do to somebody,
Yes,
isn't it?
Definitely.
Wow. Now, what did you get out of writing the book?
What did I get out of it? What happened as writing the book was kind of a repeat of what happened when I found out that I had sleep apnea and I started talking about it, where people were once again telling me I have sleep apnea, or I just read your book and I think I'm going to get tested for it. So I think it's motivated people to get tested for it, or just check in with their doctor and to determine if they might have it.
Well, that's great. Where can people get your book in case they're thinking, okay, I want to see what the process is like, and what's it going to be like to sleep at the center?
They can buy the book at Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. They could also go to Barnes & Noble, the store here in town, and order the book there.
How exciting to have your picture on the book. Congratulations to you.
I'm excited.
And most of all, I'm happy that you feel so much better now and that you got yourself diagnosed and treated and you're good to go. No falling asleep on the road anymore, huh?
No more, or at the desk.
Oh, good. But your boss appreciates that, doesn't he?
I'm sure he loves that.
All right. Thank you so much. It was great meeting you.
Thank you.
All right.